Hey YouTube, Dawson Rider here with a review of S.H.Figuarts Kamen Rider Ghost Ore Damashii, the first Ghost figure art release. So let's see how he does with the packaging. That's all we're going over here. You'll need a link to part 2. No, I'm just kidding. I don't even know why I said that. Anyway, so pretty typical fare for the packaging. We have this sort of new style now of it being sort of thinner and smaller, but you have a nice shot of Ore Damashii here. It shows here that it comes with a bonus Yurusen, and then on the side here, name and picture of him. I was like, what's this thing again? A pancake? Then you got like his logo and stuff around here, all that fun stuff. On the back shows what you can do with them, and then, you know, some generic symbols and designs. So nothing too spectacular. So as I just said, he does come with this bonus little guy right here. Because I'm a horribly uninformed, unprepared person, I don't know if this is only for like the first wave or waves, and then later, if it gets a re-release, you won't have it. I don't know. But right now I know that if you got him, if you got Ghost, you get him with you. And then you get him with you? I guess that makes sense. I'll go with it. So as for accessories, I have a little accessory tray over here. You get the Gongon Saber, which is right here, which as per usual with Figuarts weapons is very nicely detailed. They did a good job on it. And it also does transform into the gun mode. Let me see. There we go. So it's pretty easy. Just pull it off right there, pull this down, and then snap this in the other way. It would have been neat if they somehow would have found a way to do all of them. I don't know how they would have done that, but yeah, there's the gun mode. So pretty cool. I'm going to assume, well, I'm not assuming, I'm going to know probably that the other Figuarts will likely come with other forms. I'm going to assume Edison might come with another blaster one. I think Musashi's been announced, and I assume he'll come with a dual sword. Anyway, he comes with 3 sets of hands, one of which is the closed fists which are on him, the other of which is sort of just a relaxed, generic-y, you know, Kamen Rider-y posed hands. I use all kinds of really big words right there, so I apologize about that. But you have those, and then you also have right here holding the weapon hands. So pretty much all you need for basic Figuarts shenaniganery. And then also you get the hoodie right here. As you can see on him right now, he has the pulled back hoodie, and this is the one to switch out. We'll be showing on how to switch that in just a moment. Because I said so, we're going to go over this guy first. There's nothing too spectacular about this thing other than it's just kind of a neat bonus. He comes with a little stand. It's just this separate piece, and this little piece, which I was going to say, is with it when you get it, and I wasn't going to bother assembling it, but I guess I didn't do a good job. But yeah, so you just put that in there. It's very simple. There's a little ball joint right here. Guess we can set that aside for a second. And you get this little guy, and he's really nice. He's a nice little guy, and he's a friend of mine. No, I don't know where I'm going with that. I'm just really weird in this one. But, you know, his design is really basic, so it's easy to capture his personality, because it's basically just all white and orange. But he has a really neat compound eye. I don't know, it's just a cool little bonus for sure that just adds to this release. And then you just put the ball joint on there, and you can like have them be like, woo, actual ghost noises. But anyway, so there's that. Cool little bonus that you get. Okay, as for the figure, detail-wise, I think this guy looks pretty great. I think the head sculpt is very well done, nicely proportioned. I don't know why I did that. You know, doesn't have any like weirdly too large or too small problems. The compound looks really great on it. The eyes look good. The horn here looks good. It's not flimsy or anything, but I'm just going to go ahead and mention, just be careful when you're using this guy, because I could totally see switching out a hand or something and smushing this off because it sticks out so much, but it doesn't feel really flimsy. I guess it's just always kind of good advice to be careful when you're switching those out. The chest here looks really good as well. You can see the little red camera light in it. That's not a part of it. Let's get it in the center of the eye. Or not, too challenging. Wait, we can do it. Just believe. Whatever, don't believe. Okay, but yeah, I think it looks good. It's got a clear plastic over it. Does a good job of sort of representing that aspect of the design. The driver here as well looks pretty solid. It's got the nice sort of clear but like slightly colored look to it, and you can see under their ghost symbol there, you can actually pull this piece off and see the innards of it. I'm kind of surprised. I mean, I guess it would have been small, but given that sometimes they do that they didn't give you like a swappable little piece for like attacks or something. I mean, I don't really want it, to be honest, but I'm just kind of surprised because sometimes they have those little annoying things, and I guess it wouldn't have been that cool to switch out because it would just be for like I said, attacks. I don't know. But everything else on him, design-wise, is pretty basic, and it does a good job of it. It's made out of a nice material, feels good, all that stuff. The jacket or the hoodie or whatever you want to call it is also pretty well done. It's kind of made of this this nice soft material here, just but like it's a good job of giving the sense of fabric folds and Also, it's like made of this sort of soft material, so it's not like cloth where it looks sort of cheap, but it's not like super hard so that it's like completely immovable, and like the hoodie here looks really natural and whatnot. Articulation wise, if you are familiar with figure arts, pretty much the standard fare. You have a ball joint here, swiveling, double elbow joint, swiveling at the fist here, ball joint on his leg, swiveling there. Your double knee joint, you have a nice joint on the foot here, or on the ankle I guess, and then the foot joint as well. And then you have articulation at the waist and chest, which is slightly hindered by the jacket, to be honest. Like I said, it's flexible, but it does hinder things a little bit. You can probably finagle it a little bit to make it a smidge looser. Head and neck articulation as per usual, so pretty standard fare. And I am very happy to report that this guy has no loose joints. He is a very, very solid feeling figure. I don't even feel like he's going to become loose at any point. It just, all the joints feel solid in there, but not like creaky solid so that it feels difficult to move. Just very solid figure. Just feel the good quality of it, and it looks good. Good quality. Like I just keep saying, keep saying the words good and quality, and you know it's a good review. And then trip over your own words. That's how you know it's a Dawson Rider review. But anyway, I guess my only plaint. Wow, I just completely skipped the com part of that. That sounded... Nope. Okay, the complaint about is there is a little bit of an oddity with the way the shoulder separates, which is kind of unavoidable in a lot of situations, depending on how the suit looks, but I feel like there could have been something different done here, but I don't know, it just kind of bugs me, but that's really the only minor complaint. And I would say that overall, in terms of quality, it's still not quite that wow factor I got with the Gaim Figuarts, but this is a very solid Ghost figure art, and I'm very pleased with it. Drive did a good job of continuing some pretty solid figure arts, and Ghost is no exception. In fact, I would say that even though I did like the Drive figure arts for sure, quite a lot of them, in terms of like just comparing when I got this guy to when I got Type Speed, Type Speed, like I feel like this guy has much more of a sort of undefinable feeling of when you pick up the figure and you're like, wow, this is a quality figure. So I'm very pleased with it because I really like Ghost Suit a lot. Ghost Suit a lot. Anyway, for the last thing we're going to be going over, just really quickly how to switch out the hoodies. It's super simple. There is a slight bit of tiny piece annoyance, but like the back hoodie here is really easy to pull off, and there's just like a little like rectangular plug here, and it goes right into the back, and it stays in there nicely. I was a little bit worried that it was going to be one of those annoying like mechanisms where you have to pull off the head or something, but it's really easy. And for the hoodie, there's a little peg here at the top, and you just pull this little slat out at the top of his head, and you slide the hoodie over top and place it on there, and don't mess it up. And then it slides on there nicely. The only thing I don't like about that is when you have little pieces like this running around. I don't know if you're running around. I was like, whee! That was weird. No, but like, it's kind of annoying, like if I want to display it like this, trying to not lose the other piece. But other than that, very simple to switch out. I'm pleased with that. That's probably my only other minor nitpick. And I'll bring in the ghost change here in a minute, but the figure, or the hoodie looks much better on here, much more natural with the fabric folds. Doesn't look too bulky, looks like it does in the show, which is something that's great because, you know, the hoodie is one of my favorite aspects of Ghost design because I'm just all about hoodies. But let me pull him here. Pull him? I don't even know why I said that. But here is him next to Ghost Change Series 01. There's obviously quite a bit of difference when you put them next to each other, and other than just the details and the face being better, as you can see, but the hoodie, like how bulky that is compared to how nice that looks. So there's a clear difference in the one you're going to want to pick up for a really nice figure. And it's kind of confusing because this also has that extra piece that came with Grateful you can display it, so it's like I don't know how I want to display this because he looks so good being able to take off his hoodie compared to this one, but he also looks so much better with the hoodie, so it's like all around, hoodie or no, this guy looks a lot better. So definitely if you're on the fence, I think this guy's a little bit more expensive, but if you want a really nice Ghost figure, definitely go for this. All around a lot better of a choice for sure. Much more one of the much more, clear-cut choices when it comes to these type of comparisons when we get to this time of year. But anyway, overall, I'm very pleased with this figure. Very, very nice. Like I said, I love the Ghost design, so I'm very happy to have a nice figure of it. Nice solid mold, good details, cool little bonus Ghost. So if you're a fan of Ghosts, I can definitely recommend checking this out. A very solid figure release I'm very pleased with. Anyway, until next time, make sure to check out the Crazy Podcast at WritersRangeRambles.com, and of course, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Till next time, it's Dawson Writer, signing out.